My not that deep of the day today is doing a hobby because you want to try something out and then realizing you don't like it and stopping it is not that deep. Wait, it's not that deep. Something about a pretzel rod will never get old. Pretzel rods have consistently followed us from childhood to adulthood. I don't think there is anyone who, when given the opportunity to have a pretzel rod, declines it. I don't know why it is so good. I was coming here, I was craving a pretzel, wide range of pretzels. I don't know about you, but when I'm craving a pretzel, it's a pretzel rod. It's the perfect amount of salt and it's a perfect amount of toast. And there's different versions of pretzel rods, but the best version is by far the Utz in the big ass container. Because there's also Bachman's, and Bachman's is good. Those are the yellow, really thin ones. But I think as you get older, or I'll speak for myself, as I get older, those are not cutting it. Like, they're actually not fully cooked. I need them to be a little burnt. Cheez-Its really hit the mark when they decided to make burnt, toasty Cheez-Its. That shit slaps. Utz, they don't need flavors. Pretzels don't need cheddar, sour cream and onion pretzels, buffalo pretzels. They make them. There's a market for them, but they don't need them. I'm so wildly impressed by the power of, like, the end of a pretzel rod because it's usually extra salty. Like, the butt is so good. It's literally like a cigarette. I mean, did you have a childhood if you weren't like, just something to take the edge off? Like, what is it? What was it about also being a kid and, like, simulating a cigarette? Why was that the epitome of becoming an adult? Yeah, when I was little and I would walk past people with cigarettes, I'd be like, and now me at like 2 a.m. huffing on a cigarette. I'm like, fuck off, little kid. No, I'm just kidding. It does get in your face, but I feel like now, let me eat this before I like. But what I want to get into now is what has been going on the last couple of weeks. And it's been exciting and it's been stressful. And it's actually just been like this, up and down. As you guys know, I've been subletting since June. So in May, my lease ended at the apartment that I had lived at for 4 years. And I decided, what if I could live in a different place every month? I've done it before in different states. I've lived in Denver for a month. I've lived in LA for a month. I lived in Oregon for a month. I really enjoy having these 30 days to submerge myself in these different areas because no matter where you live, you're going to have your favorite coffee shop. You're going to have your favorite cafe. You're going to have the place that you walk by every day, but you'll never go into because it's too expensive. You have these different molds of, now I just need some water. Excusez-moi. You have these different landmarks that you have in your neighborhood. And some people find a lot of comfort in having the same landmarks for a long time or perhaps even their whole life. I get it. Like, I understand having attachment to a neighborhood or not wanting to leave where you first lived when you first came to the city, or maybe you had a relationship and that meant a lot to you and that's why you stayed. I just think there's so many reasons why people live where they live. And, you know, proximity to family, proximity to friends, proximity to work. It's near a park. It's dog friendly. There's laundry in unit. There's a walk-in closet. There's an elevator. There's a doorman. There's a stoop. There's garbage outside. Like, I don't know. There's so many reasons why you would live somewhere. But for me, I needed to stay in New York for my job, which was fine. I don't resent it. Talk to me in a month. But I needed to stay in New York for my job. And because my lease was over and the summer was beginning, I had realized that probably a lot of people are going to leave because a lot of people maybe go home for the summer, or they rent a house down the shore, or they go to the Hamptons if they bougie like that. And I ended up living in different places, different neighborhoods in New York, Manhattan, Brooklyn, for those June, July, August, and September. And what I learned from that was I really liked Brooklyn, and that I love New York. It only reaffirmed that I love New York, and I do think this is where I'm meant to be. I think that, of course, I have my moments of doubt of, is this the right place for me? Should I be living in Hawaii right now? Should I be exploring Europe when I have the able-bodiedness and the independence, and I don't have kids and I don't have a relationship? And I think that knowing that I could do that and not wanting to do that speaks volumes. Because when I want to do something, my brain is like, hey, you need to do it. And not in an irresponsible way. But I think that the fact that I haven't really thought about it means something. Like, I haven't really considered moving to LA. I'll think about LA like here and then of like, oh, it'd be nice if it was really nice out right now. Or I could go to the beach, being able to walk to the beach. But it never lingers long enough that I'm actually thinking of doing it. And that's just a fleeting thought. I've never had that with Florida. I've never been like, what would it be like to live in Florida? I've never thought about it that way. But I like Florida and I'll visit Florida. But I would never want to live there. I just think, I don't know a lot of people besides one of my good friends. But, there's like, when I went to Oregon for a little bit, I totally thought, should I live here? Same with Denver. I totally thought about it. And then it kind of like fell by the wayside as life went on. And I don't regret it. I'm really happy that I am here. But I think that as we just go through life and our days just become a little routine, to stop and think, what is serving me in the place that I am? What do I like about the place that I live? Because it is a privilege to be able to choose where you live. It is a privilege to be able to pick a neighborhood, find an apartment, find a person maybe to live with, furnish that. I think that so much becomes routine that we don't always recognize that, oh, this is such a privilege. Not everyone is able to do this. And so I really want to be more thoughtful about it, which is why I wasn't ready to sign a lease right when my lease ended. That's kind of the normal thing that people do. And so I sublet. I was in different neighborhoods, June, July, August, and September. And the summer was chill. I definitely realized I liked living with people. I'm definitely a social person. I could talk to a wall. I could talk to a camera for an hour, obviously. But I think that I also learned that I like to be very close, if not in the hustle and bustle. In certain neighborhoods that I was in, I felt far from the happenings. Now, a lot of the people that I talk to love being away from the happenings and being able to actively choose when they want to be in the hustle and bustle. I realize, like, if I could have the craziest bar below me and not hear it in my bedroom, I would love that. I love to, like, leave my apartment and feel like I'm in the city. I love to feel alive. I love to hear the sounds of laughter and youth and people and glasses clinging and tears. Like, I don't like hearing tears, but you know what I mean? Like, these really human moments, I like being close to them. But I think that also speaks to my nature, where I really like humans and I like strangers and I like these moments that connect us all that we don't always talk about. And so I was pretty determined to live alone. And as I was going through the process, I realized, do I actually want to live alone? Or do I just not know anybody that's looking for an apartment? Therefore, I feel that I have to live alone. And the times that I sublet alone this summer, I didn't love it. I I would think that I would love it because I say, well, I'm super social and I'm doing all these things, and then coming back and just like having time with myself is good. I feel like I give myself my time that's not in the house. Like I do so much stuff alone outside of my apartment that I don't need to be alone in my apartment. And that's something interesting that I'm even like grappling with right now of just because I'm out doesn't mean I'm being social, doesn't mean I'm always with friends. I'd say a lot of my days are consumed with like me editing or me at a park or me reading or me on a walk alone. I really like to do shit alone. I really like it. And living alone almost is not fun because I do enough stuff alone that I don't need to come back to no one. And that's interesting to talk about it like that. Like I do a lot of stuff alone, so to come back and be alone is not happiness to me. And so a friend ended up reaching out that her friend was looking for someone to live with. And this was a week and a half before I was supposed to move out of the current sublet. Now, I wasn't getting stressed until, I mean, I was stressed. My body was stressed, but I didn't even realize it. Have you guys ever been so stressed that like your body starts producing acne in places that hadn't really done it before? Like my chest, I have acne, standard acne, and then I was so stressed that like it was just fully inflamed. And even if I was like, I'm fine, nothing's wrong, I would look down and I would be like, all right, I guess I'm not fine. And it's amazing the ways that our bodies are connected to our mind. Like our bodies know perhaps that we're stressed before our minds, and that's freaking unbelievable to me. So I found a roommate, and she was abroad. She is abroad, so she is not in the vicinity. And so it was important for me, and it actually ended up working out that I was like already planning on looking for apartments by myself. And so I was already in that headspace. And so I just started looking, and it was kind of nice just to have this like with myself because it actually felt therapeutic. But what didn't feel therapeutic was like recognizing that it might not work out. And I think that everyone says looking for an apartment in New York is so difficult. It's the hardest thing. Moving is really stressful, blah, blah, blah. But I had never really done it, so I didn't know what to expect. And the countless hours on Street Easy and organization and messaging brokers and being let down and seeing a great apartment online and then seeing it and feeling so catfished. There were just so many. I didn't see that many apartments either. I don't really feel like I was put through the ringer in the grand scheme of New York City apartments hunting, but it was so out of body for me that I felt through the ringer. And I mean, all last week, I just was I felt numb. Like I felt genuinely depressed. And I'm medicated for depression. These feelings are not new to me, but I hadn't felt like that in a while, where I just felt almost hopeless. And I kept bringing myself down to earth of like, it's going to be okay. And I think that I'm honestly offering empathy to anyone that is feeling that way, whether it be with their situation of you're looking for housing or you're looking for a new job or you're trying really hard to get along with your family and you literally can't. There's so many situations that are new to us. And even if they've been bigger and more blown out to other people, you have the right to feel validated that you feel overwhelmed and you feel stressed. I don't do the whole comparison because everyone's going to have it worse. Everyone's going to have it easier. You need to focus on how you feel in that moment and fuck everybody else. it's the same thing with like the podcasting. I need to worry about what I'm doing and only what I'm doing. It's not helpful to be comparing to other people. It's not serving me. And so with looking at the apartments, I got catfished a couple of times. I saw a couple nice buildings, but listen, we're not Johnny Rockefeller here. We can't like be in the belle of the ball, you know? And the apartment that I had first found online, probably a week prior to actually seeing it, I was trying to organize seeing the apartment with the broker, landlord, I don't know, terms. And I finally ended up seeing it the last day that I was viewing apartments. And I was like, hand raise, how do I lock this in? How do I lock this in? This is insane. I can't believe that I found this. Sometimes I think I'm actually an idiot. Are there mice? Like, what is wrong with this apartment? And, you know, it's right near the hustle and bustle. It is in the perfect location that I could ever want. And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. Like so then we're waiting to hear back if we got the apartment. And I think that was the most stressed I was waiting to hear news that you can't control when you can't control it is really stressful. Because I was thinking, do I go see more apartments? Do I just actually hope and pray that it'll work out and we'll get the apartment? I had no idea. I hadn't done this before. I was lucky, and the first time that I got an apartment in New York, my two roommates like did everything. Thanks, Jill and Bex. Like they saw the apartments. They locked it in, and I was like, sure, who do I pay? You know, it kind of was nice. But it actually felt really good to be the one asking the questions and making sure I understood everything. And it made me feel useful. I loved it, actually. But I really loved when they emailed us and they said that we got the apartment. And then we had to pay, obviously. But what was funny also is like you can't just pay online for this. And we had to get cashier checks. Something about going to the bank and getting a check makes me feel like I'm in the 1900s, and I'm obsessed with it. I want to walk in churning butter, wearing my best pilgrim dress and say, hi, can I please have a cashier check? Something about it feels so foreign to me. Like, what are other times I need a cashier check? I'm going to ask ChatGPT after this. I have no idea. I go there and I'm like, hello, may I please have a cashier check? And they're like, yeah, sure. Like, I'm expecting them to say no. I don't know. Something felt scary to me. I'm like, is this a setup? And then I gave the girl the envelope with like so much money in it. They just make you pay so much money. Everything is so much money. And again, like if you're able to do this and look for an apartment and be in this, like you are privileged. I am privileged. I'm the first to acknowledge that I'm privileged. And I think that's actually really important that people need to do that more of like, I'm really lucky to have felt that stress because I was finding an apartment in New York City for me to live in. Like, we're okay. It's not that deep. My mom kept reminding me it's not that deep. She literally was like, it will all work out. And I'm the first to tell somebody else that it'll all work out. But it's a lot harder to tell yourself that it'll all work out when you can easily envision it not working out. I'm like, am I breaking out again? It's stressful. Something that I love is like the phase that I'm in right now of like ordering everything from Amazon. Even like picking up paper towels, picking up sponges, getting soap, like getting my shit together and making my house a home. It is a feeling that I haven't had in a while. I lived in my old apartment. I never really did that much with like the space. I really loved the space. I felt really at home in my old apartment. But I always just, a lot of like the comforter that was from college, a lot of the things like weren't mine, even in my room. And my mirror was from my friend. The dresser was from my roommate. And I feel like now I have this amazing clean slate where I can really choose and pick out the things that I want for myself. The color scheme, like what kind of curtains I want. I don't know. It's like I'm playing house as an adult and it feels so, ow, I hurt my back earlier I like rammed into the thing in the shower, which is so embarrassing because by no means should you be moving that quickly in the shower. But I like turned around really quick. Oh, and it hurts. It hurts. So I'm enjoying this phase. Like I'm appreciating it as well. I mean, like I went home last night. I said, Mom, do you have a pillow for me? Like I didn't have a pillow. And the Piece of Cake movers moved me. That's the company, Piece of Cake. I have beef with Piece of Cake because I asked them when I was moving in May, I said, hi, do you want to collab? Like I wanted like $25 off or something. And I would make such a funny video. And they were like, no, thank you though. And it really was embarrassing. But you also need to be told no because then you won't have any stories to tell people. Like if every time you tried to collab with someone or tried to like make yourself get yourself to that next step and they said yes, it's like, who wants to hear from that bitch? Not me. Like I want to hear about your nose. Like someday I'll be like, yeah, Piece of Cake said no to working with me. Like that's the biggest brand I could even fathom working with right now. But yeah, they moved my shit. It felt amazing. I fasted for break fast, which was crazy because I didn't do it so much in a religious way. I just genuinely forgot to eat because I was unpacking. And then once I got hungry, it was like 2 p.m. and I thought, just wait. And then I waited and then I broke it with chopped liver and challah. So if you're listening to this and you don't know what chopped liver is, don't look it up. It's disgusting. But if you know what chopped liver is, you know how delicious it is. And that was a really good like Jewish food to break the fast with. And that kind of rocked my world. Jewish foods are kind of gross. They get a bad rep. They do. They totally get a bad rep. Like a lot of the foods, like if you just put it in front of someone and they ate it, they'd be like, that's good. And then they'd be like, what is it? And you'd say it's cow tongue. And they'd think that's satanic. Like what? We grew up eating tongue. Ugh. Ugh. It's so gross. Like my sister would be in 4th grade ordering a tongue sandwich at the deli. Ugh. It's like actually grossing me out. I like corned beef, roast beef. No, I don't like roast beef. What am I saying? I like corned beef pastrami. I'm basic. Tongue? Or like gefilte fish. I don't actually know what it's made out of, but it's so good. But then you'll have other people that are like, I would rather gouge my eyeballs with cow tongue than eat gefilte fish. It depends. Whatever. Same with chopped liver. It's what you grew up on. I don't think someone is a late in life chopped liver lover. Maybe if someone converts. Or I don't know anyone that like knows about chopped liver that isn't Jewish. Yeah, I'm going to stop talking about that because I have self-awareness. LOL. So today was funny because I'm trying to figure out like a workout schedule because I love working out, but classes are really expensive and I can't afford to just like do a class every day. Is that the dream for me at the end of the day? Yeah, of course, because it's a lot easier to get up when I have a class because that's like you have to be here or you're going to miss it. And that's on my bed. My bed is so comfortable. It's really difficult to get up. But like there's actually something about my bed that is so comfortable that I cannot get up. Because for the last like 2 months, I've been not that comfortable where I'm sleeping and I've been able to get up. Like I've been comfortable, do not get it twisted, but not my bed level of comfortable. And then today I was in my bed and I slept until like 8:45. It's like we're so back. We're back as fuck. So I'm trying to figure out where to work out. There's this thing called Class Pass, where you can pay an exorbitant amount of money and then go to classes. And then all of a sudden they're like, you ran out of credits. Do you want to refill for $900? And you're like, what? No. So I just need a standard gym. I'm no frills. I just need a place to like pick up my weights and put them down. And there's an Equinox near my apartment, kind of near. It's not that near. And I went in to inquire. Now I knew that what I was getting into was expensive because Equinox doesn't let you just sign up at the front desk. Equinox, you have to go into like a special conference room as if you're meeting with the guidance counselor in high school. Equinox's sign-up process is giving parent-teacher conference. They're like, we hear you, but just step into my office really quick so just we can dive deeper. I don't know what I expected. I expected like $170. $170 for like a nice gym in a nice area, and then I would just do that and not do anything else, like eat. I don't know. I used to go to another gym. It was a lot. It was so affordable and it was perfect and it was right by my apartment. But now I'm not in that apartment and this gym is nowhere near me. And so I was trying to like figure out how much I would need to spend. $170 is so much money for the gym. But I think for me, having a safe space and having a gym that I can go to work out at is so important to me. And like, it's the same thing as my mental health, where, I mean, I used to pay $150 for therapy every week, which like, hello, robbery? That's crazy. But I would do it because it was something that I needed. And she wasn't that good, so I shouldn't have been paying that much, but that's neither here nor there. But so we're talking in like the conference and he's telling me about the classes and he's telling me about the sauna and the showers. And I'm like, how much is this goddamn shit? And he's like, okay, so my ring is getting Quick pause. I got this ring in California. They told me it would never like rub on my skin. They knew I wasn't from California. Therefore, they said, this idiot is never going to be here again. And they're right. But if you're a small town shop in Sausalito, I'm going to come back for you and question why this is turning my fingers blue, because I'm not happy. Also, I'll zoom in. It's blue. I literally got it because it reminded me of the heart of the ocean. Like, it wasn't that deep. And now the heart of the ocean is rusting on my perfect fingers. Ugh, I'm livid. I'm not that livid. It's not that deep. And so I'm asking him about the classes and blah, blah, blah. And there's like hot people everywhere. And I'm kind of like, and while I'm looking at the hot people, he says it's going to be $273. And I was like, what? What? He goes, yeah, $273. And then there's always plus up options. So if you wanted to go to a different studio, that could be $330. And I'm just like, plus up? What about a plus down? Do you have any plus down options? Because this is asinine behavior for a gym. Like, there was no co-working space. There was barely any room to lift weights. Like, merely because of the name, they are able to charge that amount of money. And I'm so mad about it. Because I'm not doing that, obviously. But it's also just annoying because, like, it was giving, like, members-only club. When at the end of the day, I just want a convenient place to, like, do my bicep curls. I don't know. It pissed me off. So obviously I'm doing my free trial. Obviously. I'm going tomorrow and like I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to give it my all and just see what happens, see how I feel. Maybe I meet someone, I don't know. And by maybe I meet someone, I mean maybe I meet someone and they like pay for my membership. I'm not looking to like get romantic at the gym. And then I have another free pass because I asked him for one. I said, just to get like a good feel for this, I think I need another pass. And he was like, sure. I really liked him. I will say he was great. Net, $270 can get you a lot of things a month. A gym is not going to be it. Like that is such an insane asinine amount of money. I couldn't deal with it. Stay tuned. Like why are these places so expensive? I'm just trying to work out and stay healthy. And I mean, should I have picked an apartment based on the gym? No. I'm not doing that. Also, I didn't really have a choice. There weren't unlimited options of where to go. Please. My not that deep of the day today is what I learned in boating school is my not that deep of the day today is doing a hobby because you want to try something out and then realizing you don't like it and stopping it is not that deep. Sometimes I think that as we get older, it gets harder to like try new things. And I would first off encourage you to always try new things. Trying new things doesn't always need to translate into having a hobby. I love trying new things. I love going to a dance class. It's not my hobby. I didn't really want it to be. Like, normalize just doing things because you want to try it. You don't need to make a whole thing out of it. Like, it's not that deep. You want to do a cooking class? You want to do a cooking course, but then you don't want to cook afterwards? Okay. It's not that deep. We're always in the test and learn period. This is your time to test if you like certain things and then learn if you don't. I just think it's not that deep to like stop what you're doing, also known as quitting. Make quitting cool again. Okay, I did kickball. I'm quitting. I don't actually like that. Okay, next. Who are you proving that you're still doing it to? Like, if you're not genuinely happy doing something, why would you do it? I get why. There's like pressure. I get it. But it's not that deep. And have confidence in that. I have been continuously moved on social media about people reaching out to me. And I just wanted to thank you if you've messaged me, if you've liked, if you've commented, if you've followed. It's spectacular to just watch it grow. I love when people message me. I think it's so fun because everyone's just kind of normal. I was on the street the other day and somebody walked by me. It was when I was looking for an apartment and I was very down. And a girl walked by me and she goes, "My not that deep of the day today is," and I freaked out. I was like, that is so cool. That has never happened to me. Thank you. And that had never happened to me before. She quoted me. Like, that was so cool. Think about it for yourself. What's your not that deep of the day today is? What's your not that deep of the day today? I'm a robot. Thank you guys so much for listening. Send this to a friend or don't. Keep it to yourself. Gatekeep it. Fuck it. Thank you for listening and have an amazing day. Mwah.